I'm going to go ahead and apologize to whoever's going to watch this on Rumble. Rumble's acting up again.
Ah, shit.
Not my fault. I tried. It told me as soon as I hit go live that it couldn't broadcast to it. So they need to fix their shit. So you'll watch the replay as soon as it goes over from YouTube. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to stop the show and restart it. No. Not going to do it. Fuck them. Not doing it. All right. Anyway, it's Sunday night at 7 o'clock. It's time for Gaming Beyond the Box. And fuck Rumble. There's that.
There's that. That's right.
It's not my fault. I set this shit up at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Everything was good to go. And oh no, they can't get a static fucking stream key like an ordinary streaming service. So, you got to sit there and put that shit in every damn time you intend to stream to it. So get your shit together, Rumble. Okay? Mm-hmm. All right. Fair enough. And I looked around the room and I called on the very first panel member and we went to Scrub Nurse. What's going on, Scrub?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good to be here.
Another a little Sunday. Less excitement, please. You're echoing on the mic.
Oh, echo. All right.
I'm kidding.
That less excitement. There you go. Yeah, been playing some games, watching some games, talking about sports, some football, but good weekend. Been playing, of course, some Starfield. Been enjoying that for sure. And then getting a little Call of Duty in. They got a new mode on Call of Duty Bomber that is just awesome right now.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's called Face Off. Instead of a 6v6, it's a 4v4. It's on smaller maps.
I like it.
With no streaks.
Oh.
And it's just going to town. And only setback is that yes, you have 4 in the team, but the most you can have in your group is 3. So you always have to play with one random.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah,
really?
That's a little weird.
Come on.
That is weird.
That is so weird.
It's weird, but it's fun because the maps are really small. They're they're barely bigger than like Shipment.
Oh dang!
And
okay,
so it's a 4v4.
So it's almost like a small map, almost similar to like a Gulag kind of map. Just very small order. That's nice.
And you have all your matches. You got your kill confirms. You got your team deathmatch, domination. And
they have domination on that. Damn.
Yes. It's very frenetic.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm stream it on Twitch one of these days. Maybe later on.
I might have to try it out tonight. Shoot.
But that's what I've been doing.
Weird. Huh. Man, I'm still not going back to it. I'll wait till the new one comes out. I don't want to re-download all that shit again. Nah.
Yeah, 200 gigs. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do it either.
Nah. I got the internet. My internet makes it fast, but I just don't want to download all that shit again.
No, I don't blame you.
Anyway, then we have Kratos' third cousin, 3 times removed. What is up, Bomber?
Man, well, I just enjoyed my football weekend. That's pretty much all I did, other than had a pretty good time with family this weekend, and got to see some people out of town and all that good jazz. So had a pretty good weekend overall, and haven't got to play any games though, but plan to play something tonight. Don't know what it is, but I'm jonesing until the 21st, man. The 21st can't get here soon enough. That's all I know.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, speaking of 21st, that's the day I go up.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be heading there Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that is the same day. Dang.
Yeah, I get to go up there and go through all that fun stuff the same day.
Yeah, fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Right.
All right. And then next we had the panel pony pumper. What's up, Piniac?
Yo, what's going on tonight, everybody?
Oh, somebody's
damn, that was the most exciting I've ever heard coming from Piniac.
Let's go, Penn. He's up and ready.
I tried to do that and everything. Got to get all fired up. No, pretty good weekend. We had a little bit of a tropical storm situation up here, but we were good. It was very rainy, but just been all Baldur's Gate 3 all the time. Anytime I can get it in, and it's just, man. I got to this place last night where it's like, I must be almost done this. And I walked over to a ledge and I looked down and it looked like there was like 4 city blocks down below. And I was like, well, shit, I'm not close to being done this part. So yeah, and GT7 of course here and there, but no, let's go. Okay.
And Froggy, to answer your question, no, Fork is not affiliated with this show anymore. Hasn't been in well over a year and a half, almost 2 years actually.
Yeah, almost 2 years, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they
See,
said.
even the dog agreed.
My bad. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine, dude. I've got one of those to bark too. Surprised you don't hear her. But and for me, I've been playing Starfield. I know it's a shock. Yeah, I
That's so
think I'm like
good.
58 hours in now.
Damn, I hear you.
Nice.
And I did learn. Oh my God, Sarah's an ass. Dude, if you marry this girl, well, she does it even before you get married. If you do anything or say anything she doesn't like, she will sit there and bitch at you the whole time.
And
So
she
you
doesn't
were-
like a
and-
lot of stuff.
So you were right about the whole marriage thing.
Oh my God, dude, she is just unbearable, man. I mean, it's like what it, and then you try to go talk to her on random. She goes, well, I'm not in the mood. Bitch, I didn't ask you for sex. We're just trying to talk. I mean, damn, dude, it was. She really got on my nerves, but luckily I don't have to deal with her anymore. I'm not gonna give it away because it's a spoiler, and it depends on how you play the story what happens. But luckily, I don't have to deal with her ass anymore.
Well,
But weirdly
only means
enough-
a couple of things.
Weirdly enough, though, it told me she was back on my ship.
Hell yeah!
And I'm
her
sitting
ghost
back
is
going,
getting
this bitch's ghost is gonna haunt me at some point during this game.
Well, you married her. You're stuck with her through
Yep.
life and death.
I thought the death do us part was the trick, but apparently it's not. So I don't know what the hell happened. But yeah, I'm almost to that point now though, to where I've done so many side missions and the main missions. I've collected, I think I went to all the towers but one. I've collected
Mhm.
all the powers but one. So now the missions are starting to run low. So now it's just running a bunch of weird activities and a few side missions here and there. I took the Mantis ship. I did that, I think, Saturday. Or
That's a cool
Friday.
little story. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was actually pretty interesting trying to get into there. But yeah, I don't think I have a whole lot of it left. So there is a couple of missions though where you try to repair some satellites, and Jesus Christ, you got like 20 ships trying to swarm you and take you out at the same time. I was like, yeah, that's not happening right now. So, but
Hey,
yeah, that's
Wilman,
been me.
Here's my funny thing. I picked the most wanted thing when I built my character.
I did too.
It took me 30 hours before somebody finally tried to take me out for a bounty. I know you said you got on your first planet. I
Yeah.
didn't get one until 30 hours in.
Well, and the
In
funny part,
space,
I get
yeah.
bounty hunters in space now all the time.
Yeah,
They try to
was
get
in
to me.
space. And I had to fight 2 ships. I got them all, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've had them come up on me several times now. And like you said, the first planet I went to, right when I started the game, though, they came up and tried to take me in. But I haven't had any on the ground again. They've always been in space. But they meet the bad end of that one. Especially after taking that Mantis ship. They don't like it much. And now I have the Elvis Vibrator 4.0 and the 5.0.
Oh, you got 5.0.
I got 5.0. It's a big ship.
I bet. Is it got like the Mustang 5.0? Is that what we're doing here?
No, it's a Corvette. No, I don't fuck with Fords.
I know.
But that's been it for me, man. I can't get away from the game. But luckily, I've not been
Fine.
back on Diablo 4.
Hey, there you go.
You know what's funny about Diablo 4 is that I did get on there the other day, and I got so bored and I turned it off. That's sad.
See, that's my problem, dude. I just can't. I don't know. And I'm looking forward to the new season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the season just because it'll be new content and all that stuff. But it's like,
But we will see how that works out. I'm
right?
not
Yeah.
sure.
Am I going to be running another, like trying to hit a level 100 again? Probably not.
Nah, I've gave up on that, dude.
Looking back at it, I mean, I had like 35-ish hours or something in it. But I was like, if I could go back, no one would know, I wouldn't have bought it. To be honest. Like, it was fun, but I'm like, is this $100 worth? I'm like, nah.
I don't know, man. It was kind of a letdown from
And you guys played way more than I did, so I mean,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
guys
I've
got
got
your money worth for sure. But if I
Oh,
go
yeah.
back, I'd take my 100 back for sure.
Oh yeah, my wife and I played it for quite a few hundred hours, just the two of us. So yeah, I've got some
It's
time in it.
definitely a fun game. It's definitely a fun game.
Well, they just made it. They just took too much stuff away.
They took a
Huh.
lot away, and then they, to me, just screwed up the gear and stuff. Anyway, that was my whole.
Because
Yeah.
you get 5 people that complain online. Oh, well, that weapon's too OP, man. You need to buff it. You need to dumb it down. So they go and dumb shit down. And it's a single player game. Yeah, I mean you got the one area, where you got PvP, but who cares? Don't go there.
Yeah, and it wasn't
It
even, the sad thing is, it wasn't even mainly that. It was just the fact that the team themselves, as Blizzard, thought their people are getting through things too fast, and it's not much of a challenge anymore, that sort of thing. And I understood the whole like world bosses because they were dying in 15 seconds, and that was
Yeah,
just
they
kind
were
of
getting
boring.
close.
Yeah, I mean, it was just very boring at that point. So yeah, that was pretty not fun. So when they dialed it back and made it last at least 13 minutes, at least it made it feel a little bit like it should. But yeah, I mean, again, it's just, I know we've talked about this game a lot, but
And I
Yeah.
it's just underwhelming right now. Like that's the unfortunate part, is that it's not a game I'm like really thinking about every day, wanting to go to play. Like that's the problem that I have, and I had it for so long. Like there was nothing else I cared about. It was Diablo 4, Diablo 4, Diablo 4, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'd rather play Halo, Rocket League,
myself.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'd rather do those things instead of play that, and that's what's kind of sad. And I wish I could get, maybe one of these days, if I have time, is to sit down with Starfield again and try to see if I can get into it. But right now, that's kind of like a no show too. So
It's a slow burn getting started. I will say that.
yeah,
It's
that-
the live service part. It's hard to keep any kind of group together wanting to keep play the game, especially when you have a lot of people who grind and go through the game so fast, or they just put so much time into it. Eventually, there's going to be some drop off, no matter how good the game is, which is just sorry.
Oh yeah, I mean that's true, dude.
I didn't think
Definitely an
I was
issue.
gonna. I probably played for like an hour post end of campaign, and I was just like, yeah, I don't want to do this. And I kind of figured that I would want to do some of that, but that turned out to be wrong. And I also thought that I'd go through with a class, and then maybe I'd do another class, and then that just didn't happen. So it was just like, yeah, it's just kind of whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
if it's there for me if I ever want to go play it again, but I doubt it. But that's okay, because 2023 has a new
oh,
game
shit.
every goddamn week that you could play if you want.
Pretty much,
the
yeah.
next
Oh,
4
yeah.
games, man, are going to
Man,
be
oh, man.
phenomenal for me anyway.
Yeah, it's going
And
to be.
speaking of games, though, what are we thinking about the future of Borderlands?
Oh yeah, that it's gone, that they're trying to sell it.
Man.
So Embracer is trying to sell off Borderlands. Well, it's not just Borderlands.
Well, Borderlands.
Gearbox.
Yeah, Gearbox. And they haven't even owned it very long, really, I don't think.
No, they don't like I think there was somebody that put up like a huge like article about it and stuff, and my whole issue about Embracer is just like what everybody else thought about like with Embracer and Tencent, is that they had nothing in place to need/want to buy any gaming company out there. Like at least PlayStation, Microsoft, Ubisoft, just say Activision, Blizzard, companies like that. They are trying to have their services. They PlayStation's kind of more heavy getting back into their PlayStation Plus with their multiple tiers, and they want to have their games and services come out in the next year or so. Then you have Microsoft, of course, with Game Pass, Ubisoft with their monthly subscription service as well. So I mean, I feel like Embracer they just bought it just to buy it, and then now they're like, yeah, we don't want to do anything with this.
Yeah.
So we'll
That
cut our losses.
seems like it, right? It's
No,
like,
that's 100%. That's 100% what it is. They had no.
man, we should buy that. Why? 'Cause
Yeah.
we can.
Make that quick
Exactly.
turnaround.
They had cash. I think it was all for as a company for taxes and stuff. Just because my personal opinion is like they had probably cash to burn. They needed to use it. What was a better way than just to buy a company? And now they're like, we don't care about these people. Fire them. Get rid of this company. They don't care because they just need to get rid of that cash flow they had. You know.
And I think the last Borderlands is kind of underwhelming. And they're
Tina's Wonderland or whatever.
Oh, dude, that game was. Yeah, I wasn't. I bought
Yeah,
it. I had a lot of high hopes for it,
Yeah.
and it was a huge letdown. And even the Borderlands that came out before that one, it wasn't what Borderlands used to be, I guess.
Right. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's 100% true. Which I was never a big Borderlands person, but you can easily tell, like if you go from 1 and 2, and then you see Tiny Tina's or anything like that, it's like, yeah, this ain't even.
And
near the same.
Tina's, dude, that game was terrible. I mean, it was bad.
I didn't even play
really
3.
was.
I played 1 and 2 for
And the
probably
DLC,
hundreds of hours.
the DLC they advertised for that game,
Oh, it was what,
It's
like
such
3
a
hours
joke.
long.
it wasn't even that.
It wasn't even that. That's sad.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long, dude. I mean, it was just it was a terrible setup, and I doubt there's even a player count. There might be 5 people playing it now.
Oh, I'm sure there ain't nobody playing.
I
Tiny Tina's.
completed it. Deleted it off my PS5. I mean, yeah, I was just done. I had no
sad.
reason to keep it. And then the other game they helped publish that was exclusive to PS5 when it released. Oh God, what was the name of it? It came out on Xbox eventually, and nobody really cared back in May.
The Stray.
And I bought it too.
No.
It came out when the PS5 released.
Oh,
Oh,
Godfall.
Jesus.
God-
Oh,
Is
Godfall.
Godfall?
yeah.
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 Is that the same company?
Well, they were the publisher.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
gotcha,
a
gotcha.
publisher.
Yeah, that
And
did
that-
not do well. Yeah, at all.
No, that didn't either. So I think Embracer sat back and go, you know what? Why did we buy this? Because they're not really making any money. And this movie,
Oh, the
Borderlands
movie's gonna be
movie-
awful. Sorry.
I mean, how many years has this been in production?
Yeah, and it's in halt now because they couldn't finish, all the writing to it, I guess, supposedly. So now,
Yeah, I mean, this show,
Yeah, 'cause
this
of
show's
strike.
never coming out anytime soon. And if it does, by the time it comes out, people are gonna be like, Borderlands, what?
Yeah,
ain't
it'll be
nobody
too
gonna care
late.
about it. Yeah,
Nobody
Yeah.
nobody
will
gonna care
know.
about it.
Yeah.
It was
So,
at its
but now,
peak in the aughts. It was great when it started.
Yeah, what a 360
lost.
PS3 era, and that was it.
Yeah,
I liked it
Now-
on a 360. You could run a program on your PC that you could import your save into, and you could take any of your weapons and guns and you could edit them on the program, and then you could save it back onto your card and then load it up on the 360. Oh man, you should have seen the hellfire I had in part 1.
well, they were better then. And the last few games have just been really underwhelming. So, and then they shut down the studio behind Saints Row, didn't they?
Volition,
shit,
yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
yeah,
They're gone.
Mhm.
they gone.
So, I
And
mean,
it's on what, PS5 this month or next month, whatever it is.
This month, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and they shut down that entire studio. Volatile, I think it was called.
Yeah,
Volition.
So they just
yeah,
Volition,
gone.
that's it. They just shut them down. So,
it's going to be a lot more of that going on too.
yep.
But
And,
there's
and,
a
and, I,
there's a
and I hate to
combination of
say it,
things there, too.
just wait a little bit for Microsoft too. When certain games don't come out and the smaller studios that they did buy, they get shut down. I feel like that will happen eventually. Like I almost feel like Rare, if they didn't have Sea of Thieves, they would have been they would have just shut that down. You know what I mean?
Oh,
'Cause,
they're
I
definitely
mean, Rare
keeping
hasn't done
it.
anything. I mean, they've literally done nothing but Sea of Thieves.
Pun
and that's
intended.
what's sad.
Well, and the irony is, I mean, I've never played Sea of Thieves more than an hour, and I couldn't make it through that hour barely. But I mean, it put me to sleep. But people still playing it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, just like just like Mojang or whatever you say their name.
Yeah,
You know,
Minecraft.
the only thing that keeps them afloat is regular Minecraft. Like nothing else. Everything. At least I will at least say they've tried doing other things, and they were pretty good. I mean, Legends did okay.
Yeah, that
And
was
then
like a 1 month flash in the pan, though, right?
Yeah, right,
Compared
exactly.
to everything.
No,
And
yeah,
then they had the other one, like, was it earlier this year?
Yeah,
like
that
Dungeons or something.
no,
Dungeons,
Minecraft.
yeah.
Minecraft
that was-
Dungeons was the one that was actually good.
Yeah.
Legends is
Legends
the one
was
that,
this year. It was,
yeah, that was the one that came out and everybody's like,
Nope.
But Minecraft's huge. They even use it in schools.
no, for sure. Minecraft
No.
is one of those phenomenon type games.
Oh yeah. But,
They,
I mean,
they
no doubt.
bought that for like $3 billion, like way back in like 2004
Yes.
or something.
And they
Everyone
made their
thought they
money
were
back
fucking
in a
nuts.
year.
Yeah, everybody thought they were fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But then,
Dude, I doubt it took
Fortnite
them a
before
year.
Fortnite.
Yeah, I don't know if it took them a year. Yeah, it's true.
yeah,
Yeah, I know people, man, that spend enough money on that game. They probably made that money back in a month.
God,
But I will still say this: Sony got the best deal out of anybody.
Oh, Insomniac.
Yeah, Insomniac for like $2 million. I know it's not that low, but still, it seems like that compared to everything else.
compared to now, right? I mean,
Mhm.
you acquire a studio in the millions. It's like that's it.
Yeah, and then they produce games that are pretty much the best games that have come out on the system. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're carrying kind of
They're-
like
Oh yeah,
Gears was carrying Xbox for so long.
yep.
Oh, and in case anybody's wondering what that is, I put into the chat. We're going to do something a little different.
Oh shit.
This is a link to join the show.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
What?
If you want to
Oh.
be a guest tonight, because the guest actually was unable to make it for tonight, you click that link. You don't need a computer. You don't need a supercomputer. You can do it from your phone. If you want to join the
Bomber
panel,
does it from his computer.
yeah, I mean, yeah, if Bomber can do it from a Tandy 2C Plus, you can do it from an iPhone or an Android.
And the only rule is you have to be more enthusiastic than
You gotta be more.
So if you want to join the podcast,
this is the
you're
only
more than
rule.
welcome to click the link and come on board, talk some trash with us.
Come on.
We don't
down.
care.
Well, yeah,
Yeah, pretty much.
You're the next contestant.
You're the next contestant on The Price is Wrong.
Yeah. Or on the topics wrong.
The topics are wrong.
But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. It's looking bad, and it's like Scrub said a second ago. You're going to see more studios being shut down, and I think a lot of it too is a lot of these people are making the same games over and over and over.
Well, it's because unfortunately, the top people that sign the checks, they just go, hey, they're making a lot of money making this type game.
And-
Y'all need to
and-
as well.
And the bad part is it's because the little fucking majority of people don't want to. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That bitch and
100%.
complain.
Yep.
You know, the smaller crowd of people that hates everything has the largest voice because the people that like shit are too busy playing the shit,
Yep.
talk about it. And it's like, you know, every time a new IP comes out, people are too eager to run and number one, bomb it, you know, review bomb the fuck out of it
Yep.
or just bitch about it all over social media. And people pay these assholes way too much attention. I want to see new types of games. That's always been my thing for years. I want to see something different. I mean, yeah, Call of Duty to me is fun for about 4 weeks. And after that 4 weeks of buying a new Call of Duty game, I don't play it anymore till next year when the next one comes out. That's a me problem, I guess, as Mooch would say. But
Yeah.
you know, I want to see something different. And you know, most of these games are so damn cookie cutter. It's not funny.
That's the sad part is that the reason why they are cookie cutters because
That's what sells.
well that's the problem is any new IP
Yep. They're
has not
scared.
like they're scared to do anything new, like unless you are an indie type studio, then you know they can kind of get away with it. But you take honestly, you take a 343 and you decide, you know what, you're no longer doing Halo, build something new. They're gonna be scared off their wits. Like they'd rather make another Halo and it not do amazing but they'll be comfortable and know that that's going to be a game that will sell and do decent and not like just bomb.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the issue. And like, I know Microsoft's all about this, what everybody will say. They love that creative freedom. They want to see all these companies bring out something new. And I believe that to an extent, but also we all know that it's a business first.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to make money. So they got to look at those ideas and go, is it going to make money? Which, granted, I mean, they allowed what is that thing called, Bleeding Edge, to come out from those few devs, and it was good. At least it ran well. It just it was just poor execution overall. But and just like Destruction All Stars with PlayStation, with that one group that supposedly is supposed to be helping make the Twisted Metal game, which apparently is never coming out. So like, I don't know. Like, I think that's where a lot of these companies are afraid to make new IP and make something like, oh my gosh, here's something new. It's if you think about it, even look at Ninja Theory. They decided instead of making something new, they made a sequel to a game that was moderately successful. It wasn't like this major success, but it was pretty successful on PlayStation. It did all right with Xbox with Game Pass, but is the second one going to be amazing, or is it going to be a lot of just watching a movie kind of type thing? I don't know yet. And of course, we won't know until 2025 or whenever they decide to bring it up.
It has to be better than the first one. And the first one was good, but for them to have that much extra help and money, I can't see it being worse than the first.
No, I don't think it'll be
other things
worse.
Can surprise you. I mean, look, you got to think of what Outriders, Anthem, Overwatch 2. There's so many big Outriders. There's so many big AAA games that folks were trying to say, I'm gonna do something different or something, a derivative of something. Back for Blood, that just did not work. What was the last vampire game we crapped on last week that we usually always talk about? Redfall. There's so many where people say, well, I'm gonna do something either brand new or derivative, and then it just craps. So everybody just says, well, let's just do a remaster.
The sad thing though about Redfall is it would have worked. It would have done very well if it wasn't just pure shit. Like there's a difference. there's a difference between.
I can't argue on this one.
Like to me,
that's facts right there.
Truthfully,
it could have been good if it wasn't absolutely fucking terrible.
Well, okay, maybe that's terrible verbiage, but like it.
We know what I mean.
It would have been.
The theory.
It probably would have been.
The theory was good.
Yeah, it would have been successful if the game didn't come out buggy, crappy,
and broken.
AI and broken. Just broken. Don't bring out a broken game. If you would have said, "Screw this, let's wait." But I know they've waited on every game that Microsoft has came out with, so that's probably why they said, "Screw it, just bring it out. People hate it. Who cares? Throw it underneath the rug." And I think that's pretty much what it is, because now you have Starfield that, of course, is definitely not perfect in any means, but has done pretty well. That's kind of taken away that stank of Redfall a little bit. And now you got Forza coming out that could potentially, fully show that, like, hey, you give time for a game to come out and a really good developing team that in the past has never really made a bad game yet do well. And that's just going to kind of, maybe that'll kickstart this whole, like, Microsoft can produce some good games. So hopefully this is kind of the whole start of that. But yeah, I'm with you, Wilmy. I want to see some new stuff. I want to see out of the box things. Like, I'm sorry, Cyberpunk was an out of the box thing with having
That's
that.
Awesome.
Like, it's just amazing. And I cannot wait until the 21st. Like, literally that game is going to be the only thing I care about. And that's what's funny. Like, I know we have Payday 3 coming out. We have Lies of P coming out.
And see, Lies of P is not my thing, dude.
And it's not my thing either. I played the demo. I wasn't a huge fan, but like, I don't mind trying it and just to see if I could potentially play it. But of course, everybody I've talked to that have,
I've heard it's hard.
It's
like
just
hard,
super hard. Yes,
like
it's
not
like really hard, like Bloodborne.
That's what turns me
worse than
off.
Bloodborne,
right? Yeah, it's hard.
And then of course, you got Mortal Kombat that just, I guess comes out soon. I think a lot of people have been playing it. Early access right now.
Technically comes out on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Early access was Friday or something.
That's right. That's right. So, and I've heard a lot of good things, minus the
Switch version.
Megan Fox. Apparently,
Her
she can't
voiceovers
act
are
at all.
horrible.
Are they bad? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
Well,
Megan.
Megan, she's not known for her voice,
Well,
right?
no, but the problem is that's what they bought her for. They didn't use her
I
body.
know.
So, like,
That's where they fucked up right
the
there.
I
fact,
don't
the
know.
fact that they greenlit that though, like, I'm like, yes, a lot of it's cheesy. I've heard a lot of the I've seen some people play it, like streaming it and stuff like that, and I've heard some of the voices from like Liu Kang, stuff like that. It's kind of cheesy voice acting. It's not like phenomenal stuff like you would get out of God of War or something like that. But like when you hear Megan Fox, it just seems like she had 30 seconds to say her lines and that was it. Like that's literally what it seems like. And I'm like, you greenlit that? Like, I would have just said, screw
They
it.
probably
somebody
couldn't
else to
afford
do
it. Yeah.
Like it's
Please
that
say
bad.
these quick.
But thankfully,
It's
I guess her lines, it's not like she's like a main character in the game, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if I was huge in fighting games like I used to be, I probably would have got this game because it looks
Yeah, that's my problem.
like
Yeah,
it
it looks
looks
pretty good.
phenomenal though. Like it's probably one of the best Unreal 4 engine games I've seen in a long time. It's looked gorgeous.
I used to play them, but I bought the last one. I'm like, yeah, this isn't me anymore.
Yeah, they're
I don't get
masters
into them anymore.
of that engine and making those
NetherRealm,
games look
yeah.
great.
NetherRealm
NetherRealm
is
is
such a
fantastic.
damn good job.
I want to bounce back to the whole new IP thing and
Yeah,
like
do it.
one that just came out, Immortals of Avium.
See,
Did
I was going to
so
mention that.
poorly that they laid off 45% of the staff already. It came
And
out
see-
in July.
Already? Wow.
Yeah. And
There's
like
so many
it looked
games out.
cool, but then I mean, it's just like, it's coming out full price too, right? And you're like, do I buy this or no? Well, no, I'm getting.
But
3
I've not
games in
heard anything
September,
bad
right?
about the game.
No, me neither. I mean,
I thought it looked really cool, and I bought the damn thing and I haven't played it yet. Right?
You're talking
Yeah.
about the EA game, right?
Yeah, the
I feel
EA
I
one.
Yeah.
swallowed everything up right now. Nobody's really talking and playing a lot of stuff because of Starfield.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
the
bad
catch. A
time
lot of
now.
these, the dates were kind of, the release dates were a little, bad on some of this stuff.
Yeah, like it's, and I'm even surprised that they're even bringing out Forza next month. You know what I mean? Like, I
That's
get it, I
November,
guess,
isn't it?
because no, it's October
Oh, is it?
it's like
It's like
9th
October
or something.
10th or something like that.
Yeah, it's early October. So, I mean, you have a month in between your biggest release, technically, and then your next biggest release of the same year. Like, it's kind of crazy. Now, granted, it definitely feeds into two completely different
Yes. It's a sim.
customer
genres.
base. Yeah, you
It's
got
not-
your
it's not
racing sim
Horizon.
versus your
No.
RPG guys. So, yeah, most likely you're not going to have the same people buying both those games. Well, I mean, you probably will for sure, but like it's crazy that you do have those two big games back to back. Plus, you do actually have decent Game Pass editions with third party developers. So it's crazy that they do have so much going on within these next couple of months, and it's just I don't know. I find it
Didn't
crazy.
they?
And then you
didn't they
got
push-
Spider-Man in October.
Didn't
They
they
better
push
not fuck up
Alan Wake?
Forza.
Do what?
Yeah,
Didn't they push Alan Wake?
They bumped it a week. I
They
think.
they bumped it to what?
Or did they bump it earlier? I can't remember.
I thought
No, I know they did. They did move Alone in the Dark.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alan Wake 2. I'll just look it up real quick.
It's October 27th. Yeah, they bumped it a week or bumped it
Okay.
2 weeks or something like that. I think it was.
That's-
I
I
think it was
mean, that's
coming out
not-
before Spider-Man. So
But then you also have freaking Assassin's Creed Mirage, which I'm very much so looking forward to that. Just
Me as
because
well.
it
Yes.
literally looks like every gameplay I've watched looks like literally Assassin's Creed 1, like the original, but just
With better graphics.
Yeah,
say
just
that.
better.
Yes.
Just like it looks amazing. Like I'm very happy. Like I'm very, very happy to see this. Like I'm hoping this gives, like I hope it sells well. That way they can go, okay, people are loving the old parkour, a lot of the jumping around and moving around on the map and stuff like that, and doing assassinations, stuff like that, versus the super open world like the last
loaded bullshit.
yeah,
maps,
the
right?
bloated
Yeah, that's
crap.
what turned me off on the
Yeah, like
series.
it just takes a long time. Whereas the originals, like you could still do an amazing story. I mean, go back to Assassin's Creed 2.
One had a great
Revelations.
story.
No,
Yeah.
one was amazing. I just hate the fact that they literally took probably one of the most iconic out of the series, Assassins of Altair, and only giving him one game out of all the like that's it. You gave him one game. Then you get Ezio, which don't get me wrong, that's probably one of my favorite characters they've ever made so far is having Ezio. But Altair needs his shine again, I think. That's just me personally. Just because I think there's more to that. Like, come on. I mean, it's just
I didn't even play Assassin's Creed 1 because 2 came out and it reviewed so well. I was like, fuck, I have to buy this.
Yeah, and at that time, but especially at that time, if you played 2 and then tried to play 1, you just
I actually did that. Here's what I did.
You probably threw it away.
Trash.
I played
controls are trash.
I played Infamous before I played Assassin's Creed 1. And the big thing with Assassin's Creed 1 was that you can climb anywhere. You can climb anywhere. You see that? You can climb that. You see that? You can climb that. And I was like, okay, you can do that in Infamous. So this is not blowing my skirt up or anything like that, right? So, but yeah, and then there was just like an escort mission. I was like, oh, boring. So I kind of turned it off. And then,
Yeah, I didn't. I bought the last Assassin's Creed, never even played it.
No, I haven't touched. The last one I played was Black Flag.
And hadn't played it.
I played it for a while, but I did get burned out because it was so big. Plus, also I hated, and this is just me, and I know a lot of people may not, but the reason why I loved Odyssey was you had 2 characters, the brother or the sister with Cassandra or Alexios. And so you got to choose those, and they have different stories. And it wasn't like they had the exact same story. It was just male or female. No, it was literally they had 2 different stories. People reacted to you differently. It was amazing. Then you get freaking Valhalla, and it's just, you could just switch to male or female throughout the whole game, but everybody reacts to you the same and nothing else is different.
Yeah, see, I didn't even play that one.
And I'm like, this is stupid. Like, and you literally can change it from like, I could be the male version of them for, all the way. And then all of a sudden, in between the quest, I can go, now I'm female. I'm just like,
it is 2023, Bomber.
I get it. But like, I was just like, this is pretty like lackluster because at that point it doesn't matter if you're male or female, and that's where I liked Odyssey. It did matter. And then also even prior to that with Syndicate, you had the brother and the sister with Evie and I
forget his name.
Brother's name. I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah, nobody.
But either way, like you had those 2, and you had such a different dynamic with the people you interacted with and how everything went like that. That's why it was interesting. It gave that extra twist where, and it's okay if they just go for, hey, you're going to be, what's the new guy's name? Like Barut or, what's his name?
And he's connected to Valhalla.
Yes.
So,
he's also connected, I think, to Dude Man from Origins as well, from what I'm getting back to, because I think of course I'd have to look at it more, but like again, it's just like I'm okay with them giving me just one character, but if you give me the option of choosing, I guess, my gender per se in the game, then let it matter that you are male or female. Just like in Cyberpunk, it matters if you're male or female or whatever else you choose, and it gives that extra, like, I guess, just a little bit more of that. Daggone it.
Where the role playing is
the role playing
effective. Like last night, that place I was telling you guys in beforehand in Baldur's Gate 3 where I was at, it's like this temple to one of the goddesses of the cleric who's in the game. So you start interacting with stuff with my rogue, and I get these dialogue options. It's like, why am I doing this? So I switch to the cleric, who this place is actually relevant to, and I get a completely different set of dialogue options with different roles and everything. So stuff like that, right? It's just like, if I would have switched and it was the exact same shit, it'd be like, ugh, that's kind of boring. But
no, exactly. I mean, and that's what makes, I think, the good RPG. I think that's, and that's what they were going with the new Assassin's Creed, was kind of going into that RPG sort of, you get gear, you get, your tree that you can change your skills. So not everybody's going to have the same skills and all. So I get they were trying to go an RPG way. I just think I think they lost their way a little bit too much.
They were chasing the money with the griefing and making you have to farm so much stuff to get stuff done, and it was too much of.
Well, their microtransactions didn't help either.
That they added in there. when you have to make a microtransaction to help you boost
Help you.
to play the game
exactly.
faster, that lets you know that there's a lot of added stuff for no reason other than to make more money.
Yep, I agree for that.
And remake. I had Baldur's Gate 3, dude, when it came out on Stadia. I can't do turn based. It just irritates me. I can't do it anymore.
I definitely turn based since Final Fantasy 7.
That's me.
I would like to get it just because I know anybody that I know that has played Dungeons and Dragons, like I have back in the day, and that say that tabletop Dungeons and Dragons. I just hear everybody just loving this game for that reason, just because of all the things that you do. And it's just, I don't know if my attention span, because like to me, if I can't get into, I would say Starfield right now. I mean, I'm 8 hours in. I haven't touched it again. Like, am I going to do the same thing with Baldur's Gate 3? And it may be, because it is a slower burn for sure. But
I just think that if you like kind of, that type of role-playing game as general, like, you have all the different races and the different classes and stuff like that, then I don't have any doubt that you would love the game.
Yeah.
Because like at first, like, the turn-based, I was like, and then I watched some gameplay and I was kind of turned off by it. But then, you start playing and it's like, this is not bad.
You just get sucked into it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And by the way, we're live on Rumble again.
Hey, hey
live on there.
Yeah, I was able to fix it without having to shut it down and redo it. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, and I think that's but that's also what makes an RPG great, right? Like what Remake Station's saying is, the characters make it worth it for sure. Like, and I think that's the whole point. Because if you think about it, like I know we'll go back to Cyberpunk, but if you think about the characters that are Jackie, you go to Judy, you go to Pan Am. I know those are love interests.
Oh, take it easy, Wilma. Take it easy.
I know, right? But I know those are the two love interests of Pan Am and Judy.
So, Judy, I didn't see what's so great about her. I'm sorry.
Well, if you play the female, that you'll find out why. There's a lot of good backstory for it. That actually
her story.
I'm looking at her, dude. I don't need her story.
No, I get it, but that's where the connection goes, and that's where like Pan Am. If you're a female, awesome. You don't get the better connection with Pan Am, other than, I mean, yeah, she looks good, but that's about it. But like,
when you're the male, on now, dude, in that tank.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When you're the male, you get to do a little bit more.
My thumbsticks got hard.
Gives you a little bit more too. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, those characters,
analog sticks got ready.
Help make that game, but also so did all those NPCs that are part of story and side story that make the game great. Whereas
the racing,
and where you grab a game like, say, Assassin's Creed, and you're like, I have no idea about any person in there except for the main character, and so then that doesn't really give you a strong RPG at that point, because all you're doing is you have your character. That's it. It's kind of like everybody, like you were talking about earlier. What's the girl's name in Starfield? Is it Sam or something like that, or Sarah?
Sarah,
and I've heard her a lot from a lot of people. So it's like, okay, so the game is doing a very good job at getting these characters to connect to you, whether you hate her, love her, whatever. It's still, you have that connection and you like it or you hate it, and that's great. And I think that's why RPGs are completely different than these action games, like, say a Spider-Man, something like that, because really you're just Spider-Man. You're going to kill or not kill people. You're going to hurt people and beat the bad guy and you win.
Oh, Spider-Man kills a lot of people. You just don't see it.
You just don't see it. I know, like Batman. Right?
Has anybody associated
and everything?
Has anybody associated Sarah with the group Starship? You think that's an association?
I don't know. I don't know anything about her to give you an answer for that.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, it just when you guys were talking about Sarah, it just finally clicked just now. The whole time we've been talking through, for the past few weeks, everybody talking about Sarah, it never hit me until just now. Somebody said it just a certain way, like a song, like the song, and it was like, wait a second, did they do that on purpose for that?
I have no idea.
Or is it just a coincidence?
Maybe
no idea.
Maybe it's Hall and Oates.
But I will say, I was flying through space and got a beacon call from another ship that asked me about my ship's warranty.
Oh shit!
I haven't
Are you
hit that
kidding me?
yet.
Are you
Nobody.
serious?
That
I heard
was
about
funny.
That is hilarious. That is
That
hilarious.
was hilarious, dude. I blew their ship up in the middle of space.
Absolutely.
Oh,
awesome.
Wilmy, I did to get that storyline where the dude wants you to blow up the ship. I did find that, and I did do that. That was a pretty good storyline.
Oh yeah, I told you, man. And you find out his secret, and he gets all upset,
Yeah.
especially when you blackmail him.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
He gets
But
all upset.
that's why I like Cyberpunk. Like, what was Johnny Silverhand's right hand man in the band? Did you ever do that story?
Oh, dude,
Bomber?
God, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
There
I
was
did
so
every
many
side
good
quest. Yes, sir,
storylines.
dude.
There was so many good storylines
Because
in
his
there.
story was actually pretty badass. Really, I mean, yeah, it was very, I guess, depressing because it
Yeah,
definitely
sad
was,
story.
but it made sense.
Judy's
Like,
story was kind of sad too. Yeah.
Judy's story for sure was sad.
Now,
I mean,
see, if you ask my opinion, what the game of a generation is, I'm going to say Cyberpunk.
for the generation, and I will say it too, 100%. And I know everybody's going to like jump down our
I
throats
told
because,
everybody.
oh,
that
it was
my game of
trash
the
when it
year.
came out. I'm like, did you play it?
Now, see, I played it when it came out.
Same.
I'm
here.
not going. I played all, and I know Bomber did too.
Oh yeah.
And I
played it
had a
through all
couple of
the glitches?
issues. I only had a couple of issues with like the menu screens.
It
I
was never
played
game
the
breaking, I
shit.
guess.
No, I had played the shit out of that game. And to me, that game was more innovative than anything I'd played like ever in a
It is-
very long time.
And man,
And for them to do it first person, I still don't care what nobody say. I think that was the best
That's
choice
the best
compared
option,
to
yeah.
their
Oh yeah.
other CD Projekt Red games. It immersed you so much
Oh,
more.
you were
And
so
see,
immersed.
like
in
The
first
Witcher,
person.
The Witcher 3, I've tried several times. I just cannot get into the game. And I know it's supposed to be this great game and
Yeah.
all this and that. It's not my thing. But Cyberpunk, dude, I've got so many hours. I don't even remember how many hundreds of hours I had logged into it. I'd have to go back and
I know
check.
my first one was 130 something hours, and then my second playthrough, I think I did like 20 or 30. And then I
Good
stopped.
Lord.
But so I mean, that's just in 2 playthroughs.
It's
And,
worth
Start,
it though.
starting
That
over
game
when
is
the update
awesome.
comes out.
oh yeah, 100% starting over on the
Starting over?
21st
Yeah.
because on the 21st they're giving you the free update to the game,
the update.
which updates everything. So like,
So you're gonna start the main
Yeah,
story over
absolutely.
and
Yes.
then go back to the
Yeah.
DLC?
yes, and as soon as the 26 comes out, hit the DLC.
I hate
for
to
sure.
say
I
it.
was thinking about
it-
doing that, but I don't know if I have the time to.
It's good.
I
Time was
want
going to be
to,
my
though.
issue
I
too. So
definitely don't
I may not hit the DLC till after the 26th, but I'm fine. Like I'm perfectly fine because I don't think I want to use my existing character and then just run it. Mainly because of all the new stuff they're adding for the game. I want to play this whole game all over again.
You
with
know
the
what?
See, that
You're
would
right.
be me too.
You're right.
Like, because I
You're
feel
right.
like I don't know why. I just feel like it's gonna be like I don't know if I'm gonna be male or female this time because I didn't get to have that
I'll be
whole
male,
relationship
yeah.
with Pan Am yet. But I probably will go female just because I like the way they look a little bit more. But that's just me.
I didn't get the Judy story. Even if you're male and you try to hit on
Oh,
it,
yeah, you
it doesn't
can't.
work.
Yeah, it doesn't
You could
work.
be the most Casanova guy in the world. It's not going to work.
Plus, I'm just what I can't wait for is like just seeing the new, with the new combat, with the new skill trees, the new gun, the
Those
cars,
skill
new
trees are
guns,
big.
all this stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm just ready to base it. It's going to be my game of the year, I'm sure, compared to everything else that's come out this year. I think.
Excuse me,
and
DLC
it's just a
cannot
DLC
be
and an
game
update.
of the year.
And it won't. Yeah,
Yeah.
it won't hit Keeley's, but I don't really care. It'll be my game of the year.
Yeah. When they did the update, the 1.5 update, that was my game of the year for when it came out in January. The update,
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
that was my game of the year for what was it? Year
I'll
before.
play it eventually.
It's just
It's
Dude,
so
it's-
worth
it's-
it.
it's so good.
And
It's
I hate
so
I know,
good.
Yeah.
I know.
I
I
hate
actually like
RPGs.
finally got into The Witcher 3
did you?
like in August.
Oh yeah.
But then it's like, hey, it's September 2nd. Guess what? Bye.
Yeah, I just can't do Witcher, and I've tried multiple times. I just couldn't do it.
I was into it. I wasn't like I have.
I didn't like the controls either.
I'm playing it on like super easy, so I just like hit the sword button
Yeah.
and it just works. Because I don't want to struggle with combat in that game because I know it's clunky and
That's a good way to put
so
it.
just
Yeah.
beat the enemies. Cool.
Oh
Good.
yeah.
tell me the story, and I'll like it. But yeah, I was into it, and then it's like Baldur's Gate 3, and then I haven't looked back. So
See, what I plan on doing is hitting up Cyberpunk because I unlocked the secret ending.
Mhm.
ooh,
So I want to go back and play through the
Hell
secret
yes.
ending.
Yes.
And I'm at that point, where it says, "Hey, you go up the elevator,
yeah.
you can't go
Yeah,
back."
I know what
So
you're
better
talking about.
wrap up
I
some
have,
stuff.
I have my one character. I have one of my
You have one of
characters
your
set
characters
up
saved right there. Nah,
Saved
smart.
right there.
Oh, that's
So
smart.
I think that's what I'm gonna do. And then once I finish that line with the secret ending, go
Okay.
to the DLC.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But
That's
I
the
do
one
want-
game
you-
when I finished the story, I was like, damn.
You do
I-
make me
I-
want to start. at the
I
beginning,
was
though.
so upset
Really
that it was
do.
over. Like I was like, damn it, man. Like I need more.
It's not.
I need
It's
more.
not.
I
It's
need
through
more.
DLC. It's not over.
No, I know and I can't like Idris Elba. Come on, he's gonna
Yeah.
be phenomenal in this freaking game. I mean, I'm sorry, but Keanu Reeves was amazing, especially as your sidekick, pretty much. It's just having those characters. I think Idris is gonna be even better. Then you're gonna have other people, other love interests that you get into. So I'm definitely
Well, you
excited
have to have
see that
other
stuff.
love.
Are you
interests, 'cause
saying
everybody's pissed
Pan
off
Am
at
has a
you at the
twin
end of the
sister?
game.
She might, or she may have a
Yeah.
couple of twin sisters. Heck, I don't know.
Oh,
I've heard there's a lot more options instead of just two
Ooh,
this time around.
have
So.
mercy.
Yeah, everybody was mad at you at the end of the game. So yeah, you're gonna have to get a new love interest or whatever.
Well, not
no.
everybody is mad at you. Not
yeah,
everybody.
Pan Am wasn't mad at me at the end of it.
And
It
technically,
depends on which.
it depends on what ending you get.
Yeah,
ending
we
you
went
choose.
we went off into the sunset together.
Yeah, that's one. The secret ending that
See, Judy's- the
nobody
one I had with
nobody
Judy
likes you
was
anymore.
beautiful. And I'll leave it at that. But
I'll
like-
open my physical copy one of these days.
like literally, I cannot wait. Like I can't wait. I literally can't. Like,
Piniac.
I'm excited for the 21st.
Just play it. You don't have to go far into it, but what's really immersive, which I know it sounds cheesy, is those sex scenes and like the one with you and whoever's your love interest, but with Johnny and Alt Cunningham, you're like, wow, they're really going there in this game.
Cunningham.
I was like, geez.
That's one.
like,
That's
really?
that's the one that you wish you
Just
could get, but you can't.
Finding the time is the
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
the
hours
trick.
into that game
That's
for
the
sure.
trick.
If you do the
story
side,
is the
if you do
best
sides,
story.
and the side quests, holy crap, they're so good.
Yeah.
Especially the church one.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
God, that's such a good one. And definitely, actually, like this game, not a lot of it surprised me, but it did surprise me in that one as far as what happens. I was like, holy shit, okay, they did this.
Yeah, there's-
Cyberpunk, it reminds
some
me of
surprises.
the people who drools over The Witcher. I see
Yeah.
now. I see
Yeah.
when I
Oh,
play
for sure.
Cyberpunk.
Yep.
I go, oh,
Same.
okay, I got it now.
But yeah, I'm over ecstatic for that. But of course, Assassin's Creed. Then you got Forza, which I love the racing games, and I think this is the first time I'm actually going to go buy a
I'm horrible at
a
Sims.
steering wheel and pedals, just because I kind of want that little bit of experience, even though I can't afford the really good ones. But
You know,
I
go
just-
create a rig
oh god, no, I ain't got that kind of
with the
money.
old go kart. Shell.
Yeah.
It would be cool, but also my wife would kill me if I ever
Yeah,
did
I
try
don't
to
have
do
enough
something
well,
like
what you do, Bomber, you just take your wife's vehicle and hook everything into that.
that. Yeah.
Park it in your living room. Not a big deal, right?
Play, baby.
And start paying child support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause she's gonna be gone.
For sure. But yeah,
Get
like
ready to move into that apartment.
I'm just I don't know. This fall is gonna be great, and I think I can't wait for Spider-Man 2. I think it keeps getting shown, and every time it gets shown, I'm a little bit more excited with it. And
I'm tired of them showing stuff because it's just it's like
I'm fine.
to
I'm
me
fine
it
with
seems like it's the same stuff.
I mean,
if you're gonna show me
kinda
something,
is. But
show
there's
me a
no point.
walkthrough.
There's no point in showing you anything new. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're buying the second
I
one of
think as far
Spider-Man, you
as
know
now,
what
what
know
they
what
need
to
to do
expect.
is just let it simmer,
Yep.
and then
Yes.
and then
Just let it
still
come
need to
out.
show
and then
me.
6 days before have a launch trailer, and that's it.
Because
Right.
I'm tired
If
of
they ever
these
showed me
little
play
stuff.
Venom, it'd be bought right now, like 100%. But I know that's not gonna be a thing.
I still feel like that's happening.
I don't think it's
That's,
happening.
that's just a gut feeling.
I just don't think
It's
they're
a
gonna
gut
let
feeling.
you kill people. Like that's the problem. Like I don't know if Insomniac wants you to
I
kill
think
people.
this gonna be a DLC. to get you to buy the DLC.
And that's fine.
later on.
If there's a
I think
DLC
that's
that I
what
get to
it'll
be
be.
Venom and kill people, I will buy that DLC.
You can kill people only if you buy the DLC for $19.99.
And I'll pay it
Oh
for
no, it'll be more
$19.99.
than that.
It'll definitely
It'll
be
be
like
30,
$39.99 at least.
Yeah.
I would buy it 100% to play Venom. Sure. Same as like
See,
Carnage.
I have no idea what Venom is. So.
Like Venom
Yeah.
or Carnage, if I was able to play with either of them, jeez.
Ooh, vintage of
Dude,
Venom versus Carnage. Oh
Aw,
man, that'd be
dude.
sick.
be sick.
Oh,
And
definitely.
it would just be it'd be one of the it's ultimately gives me the vibes of like, okay, Wolverine, whenever they decide that's coming out in 2025, 2026, when those come out,
27.
or 27, the next
Yeah, I
PlayStation
saw
comes
something
out.
said they really haven't even started that game yet.
Well, they just started production not too long ago.
yeah,
so
so that's
it's-
gonna
it's-
you,
it's
you
gonna
might
be a
see
minute.
by 2030.
I mean, that we know of. A couple
But-
of Insomniac
yeah,
people are
but also
like, "Hey, I can
Insomniac
go
is
finally
ridiculous.
start working on Wolverine. It's like, are you the first person to do that?
Right,
Or
right.
Are you like the 80th? So
But
I
again,
mean,
Insomniac is ridiculous. So
Yeah, it'll probably be the end of 25.
I have no
beginning of
doubt
26.
it's going to
Man.
be amazing. And, just by the trailer, there's going to be blood because, he kills people. That's it's
I
Wolverine.
just want to know what's the storyline. If it's old
I
man
think
Logan, I would
no,
love
I don't
that.
think it's. I don't think it's Old Man Logan. I think it's
Like
new.
an intro.
It's like it's not necessarily a full intro. I don't think it's going to be like you
it'll be
play
kinda
him
like
before he
Spider-Man,
gets.
where it's like their own story that Marvel
yeah,
lets
I-
them create, right?
Yes, and I think it's going to still be great. I think it's going to be early on. Like he's not going to be with X-Men. He's going to be on his own. And that's
Mhm.
why you saw him in the
Whooping
bar.
ass up in
Whooping
Canada.
ass. Absolutely.
up in
Hell
Canada.
yes. Like
Wrestling.
I'm 100% for it. And I think it could be amazing because it'll show the bloodshed. He'll kill people because that's what he did. He had to defend himself and he had a terrible, bad attitude. That was the whole point.
And he drank a lot.
Drank a lot. Oh, absolutely. He was a very mad person because of what happened to him. So I get it. But I think to make that game be amazing, 100% it better be Sabretooth that he has a fight against. Like that better be the fight.
That's a must.
If they don't, if for some reason Insomniac drops the ball and doesn't have Sabretooth as his first person he fights, then I think it'll be dropped a little bit. But I don't know. Insomniac's kind of not. They've hit the mark so far with everything they've made, so I don't see this one being missed.
It's still funny when, because all the stuff that's come out from them since Spider-Man has been,
The first one.
I mean, it's been pretty top tier. I don't think anyone will have
No.
an issue with that.
Nope.
Clarification. And
I mean, Sunset Overdrive was awesome to me.
yeah.
I
And then
love Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah,
keep-
I
they-
love that game.
they show more, the game comes out, they show more, the game comes out, and people are still like, oh man, look at this building. It
Oh,
looks exactly
you
the same as
talk-
that one right
oh
there.
my
It's like,
god. Okay.
have you been to New York before? Because I have. A lot of those buildings look fucking identical because they are fucking identical. Because
These
copy
they're
and
made by
paste-
this. Also, most of them are made by the same architect,
because they're copy and paste neighborhoods like they are in the
Jesus.
suburbs, right?
and it's New York. Like, would you?
This
expect?
bridge looks the same as it did in Spider-Man 2 in 2018.
What
They
do you
replaced it. You didn't know that?
expect? Like
The
I
George
don't-
Washington Bridge is now the George W. Bush Bridge.
right? Like
Looks
what?
totally
Exactly.
different now.
What
Yeah,
do they
yeah.
expect? Like, and I know it's just the.
Well, if it's the Biden bridge, that motherfucker be gone.
and we know it's the Xbox trolls that are, the ones that want to hate on it, any PlayStation game that comes out. But it's like all these people going after the whole fact of the truck being pulled up the building and the building not showing
The
it
glass
getting-
wasn't breaking.
the glass wouldn't break. I'm like, well, it's strong glass. I don't know what to tell you.
Actually, a lot of those buildings use tempered glass,
They
folks.
do. Well, they do because you can't break them from inside because of people jumping out.
Exactly. If you ever watch
like,
1,000
yeah.
Ways to Die, you've learned
Yeah,
that.
you'll learn that. Yeah.
That's
Like-
why it's harder to come out the front of windshield of a car than breaking the side window of a
That's
car.
also true. And that's the thing. Like I know people don't understand it. Like they're like, but it's a big old truck. It should be busting out windows. I'm like, it's not a Fast and Furious movie. It's not. And is it going to be fully realistic? Like I don't know, a very true, I would say truer realistic, like a Last of Us, where they try to get as much realism into the game as far as just physics and everything else to it. They're not doing that with Spider-Man. It's freaking Spider-Man. It's a superhero.
Well, how many
game.
games have you played lately where they do have that type of damage?
Exactly. They don't.
They don't anymore. Not really.
It's expensive. It's a lot of
Sports
stuff that
and
goes into
motorsport.
it. It takes too long. I mean, hate to say it. That's why Last of Us has taken forever for it to come out with the second one. And then the third one won't come out until the PS6. Like,
Is that why Factions taking so long?
oh, Factions is just probably not even a thing. That's just my personal
Yeah,
opinion.
factions, dude. That's not that. That's what Skull and Bones.
I have a theory it's never coming out. That's been
It's either
my
not coming
long-lasting
out or
theory.
it's literally going to be one of those things that does come out, but you have to be signed up for PS Plus because what's going to happen is you already see, and granted, this is just us seeing on social media, but just seeing
Right.
people that are not signing up for it because they did go up so much more and you're not getting anything extra out of it. Like the
For the
essential
price
pack.
hike, yeah,
For
right.
the price hike, you get nothing. Like, what's the point?
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I did cancel mine, and I've had it since it started.
Right.
And I canceled mine. Mine ends December 26th because there's not much in there I haven't already played,
Right.
and all the classic games I already own anyway.
And they don't have day one games.
But
so you're
the
not gonna
funny
get that.
part is, the first of this week, I kept getting. I'm still getting emails from Sony
Of course.
telling me, "Oh, well, you canceled your auto pay. Did you mean to do this? Blah blah blah.
Yes,
If you want, you can sign back up here." So
I've been getting a lot of the buy the PS5 because I guess they know that I don't have one yet. Hey man, you can buy this PS5 for $50 off. But yeah, the only reason why I'm worried about the PS Plus situation is because when Call of Duty has its beta, it's like, man, do I really want to buy 1 month? of
You
that
don't. You don't.
just
you
to
don't.
play
Well,
the beta, and it's
Well,
like
that's
I
true,
can
dude.
wait.
well, usually you don't have to for the beta. I thought that was a non PS Plus requirement. I thought.
Well,
Last
because you
year,
have to
I
get
thought-
on the internet, you have to pay for the internet.
Well,
access.
you can play Fortnite without.
it depends on what the
Yeah, well,
publisher
Fortnite's
decides
free
they
to
wanna
play.
do.
It is free to play,
Yeah,
but also
Fortnite's
this
free
is.
to play,
but also
so-
the beta
Beta
is a free to play
too,
game
so
technically.
I don't know. I haven't looked into it obviously because I don't
Technically.
play Call of Duty, but you
But
know,
I thought I could have sworn last year's beta you didn't have to have PS Plus.
I don't know.
I don't
I
remember.
can't remember. I played the beta on PlayStation 4. It's just I can't remember. Well, you know what?
Well,
I canceled my PS Plus, later on that year. So maybe that's why. Either way, I already had it. I was already paying for it. That's just not.
I
this
haven't
time.
canceled mine yet just because it runs out in 2026. So I'll just see what
Yeah,
happens.
I canceled mine, so I didn't forget about it.
Multiplayer.
Yeah.
There's no multiplayer games on PlayStation that I play. So and I don't. Most of the games I play are going to be on Xbox. So to me, it's like I don't need it. If I'm gonna play a PlayStation game, it's because I bought the game.
Yeah,
Okay.
you
So-
wouldn't need it at all.
So you do not need an active PlayStation Plus subscription to join any betas. So
Okay.
so if you get the beta access, you do not have to sign up for PS Plus. That's straight from PlayStation.
You just got to pre-order the game and
yeah,
remember
you just have to
cancel it.
pre-order it or get the beta code if you get a beta code too.
Mm.
Well, Bunty, customer service sucks on just about everything nowadays.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, even Xbox hasn't gotten much. I mean, they used to be great, and then they switched it to every time you go to customer service, you talk to another gamer. I'm like, I don't give a shit about another gamer. Like,
Some
no.
ambassador.
I
on
need
the
somebody
other
that
side
actually
who has
can
no
do
power
something.
to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. My point. Like,
That's
yeah,
because
why
all
not?
your controllers kept
Well,
screwing
I
you.
don't know if you guys are even aware of this. When I was an ambassador for a few years, way back, you can log into a website with your credentials,
Yep.
and for avatar clothing,
Yes, you could. Yes,
you
I know what you're
can
talking about.
answer.
Yep.
You can help other gamers answer questions online.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting back going, you really think I'm going to sit here
Free of
help
charge.
some idiot, free of charge for a T-shirt for a freaking avatar?
That you
to
don't
sit here
even
and-
use.
Yeah. For hours trying to help this ungrateful asshole figure out why, his games are disappearing when he doesn't have a hard drive.
I just click the links when they come up and they give me experience, and then every 3 months I get a free month of Game Pass
That's right.
Ultimate.
That's right.
Level 4 ambassador, baby.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong
You
with
know I am. You know I am.
I'm not, that's just not even going to happen.
You don't even have to actively do anything aside from go to the site and click shit. I mean, if you
Well,
want to
I
brag about being
actually-
an ambassador,
Do all the quizzes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
not even that. You just
Yeah.
not even that. You just
Oh
click
no,
it.
that is true, Bunty. They will give you refunds on some things, and PlayStation
Well,
doesn't give you a refund on
yeah,
anything. Neither does
PlayStation don't
Nintendo.
give you any refund. They're like, no.
I
sorry.
got a
no.
PlayStation refund once.
Yeah. So
Well, you're in
wait,
Canada, so that's different.
And I
You
wouldn't
got-
leave.
You
I
got
wouldn't leave a
Canadian
card
PlayStation
on
customers.
PlayStation to save my life.
Now
I
you
only
want to
use gift
deal with
cards for PlayStation.
you want to deal with horrible customer service. Deal with Nintendo.
Oh Jesus,
Yeah.
dude, you got
That-
there is no customer service. What?
Well,
My
but just wait till your
son-
renewal.
Did you
Wait,
buy
wait
it?
till your
Yes. Oh,
renewal
well,
that,
bye.
that you canceled renews.
My son had problems with his Nintendo years ago, and I tried to get customer service for Nintendo. Shit, I threw the damn thing away and just went and bought another one. I was like, yeah, fuck this. It's just not even worth it. I don't even remember how many hours was wasted
No, yeah.
on the phone sitting on hold. I was like, yeah, this just isn't even a thing. And that's why they do it, is to
Oh, yeah.
frustrate you.
Yep.
They have no intention of taking your call. That's like if you're a real estate agent in your area and you call me on a Saturday or a Sunday, you're going to think, damn, they got bad customer service. Yeah, because I'm not answering your ass.
But of
But
course, you know
that's why
me-
they do it.
And me with the Nintendo, I mean, I hate to say this, but I'll probably never buy another Nintendo
Oh, I won't either.
device unless they eventually, which I know they won't because they make too much money on the whole fact that it's mobile. But you know, if they actually have a true sit down console that actually plays games better than 1020p.
And maybe if they
or
had
less.
like online beside, and
Or-
chat
yeah.
instead of through a
Yeah.
phone app.
Yeah, like they actually cared about having games that are multiplayer and other things. But
And maybe when their top games aren't the same games they've been releasing for the last 40 years. I'm kind of sick of Mario and I'm kind of sick of Zelda.
yeah, I mean,
I grew up playing Zelda. I grew up playing Mario. I'm kind of over it at this point.
I wouldn't mind playing those as long as they were just updated and gave me, I don't know, just a better. Cool
I think it's
looking
time for
experience.
Mario to hang up the tool belt. You know what I'm saying? Him and
Unfortunately, it
Luigi.
just sells way too freaking much.
Yeah, it does, dude.
They have the
Yeah,
best
you wanna-
attach
you-
rates of any
Yeah, you
game
want
out
you
there.
want to see a game sell
Oh,
this
yeah,
winter?
for sure.
This
I say it
fall?
all the
Super
time. They
Mario
are the,
Bros. Wonder is gonna be.
Oh, dude,
They-
the new Mario game is
Ah.
gonna kill.
they are the AC/DC of the gaming company.
When does that come out? What, November
Yeah.
or
Hang on.
October, something like that? I know it's stupid, but I mean that game will sell
October 20th, same day
Oh,
as Spider Man.
Jesus. same day as Spider-Man, and
Oh,
then
man.
only a few weeks before
RIP,
Call of Duty.
video game retailers at physical locations.
No kidding, that's gonna be sick.
Well, on the upside of that, if it gets review bombed, if Spider-Man gets review bombed, it'll be the Nintendo fanboys that review bomb
Yeah, you're probably right.
for the sake of Mario.
I had to wait in line 20 minutes for my Super Mario Brothers because there's so many people buying Spider Man. I could fuck this.
Yeah, I mean,
by the
it's-
way.
R.I.P. to the midnight releases. That's all I got to say about
man, I used to love going to Midnight.
God,
Rush.
dude, those
Oh,
were
man.
so much
Those-
fun.
Those are, yeah, they're so
that.
great.
Except for the smell.
Oh yeah, except for the dudes that
Okay,
didn't bathe before coming up there.
I used to love midnight releases
Just
for
sit
Call
there
of Duty
sweating
or
balls off.
any other game you got, Madden or NCAA. Yeah.
I would go for the Battlefield. I would go for Halo, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I think I went for
Gears.
GTA 5. That was
I
10
went
years
for
ago.
the First Division. Man, that was so good too. That was cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, our GameStop did it big, dude. They'd have a band playing. They'd have laser
geez.
tag
we
out
would
in the
have
parking lot.
tournaments. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Fight-
they'd have all
fighting
kinds of crazy
tournaments.
shit.
Ours just
It-
got
it
broken
all
into.
went down. It all went down when the first time I got Call of Duty, the physical copy, and I ran to get home. Me and my homeboys went and got the game, and there were people that I knew from across the country who played too, but they had to download. And of course, back then my internet was even slower.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
2 hours in the download, and they've been playing the game for the last hour and a half. And then I'm like, how the hell are you? Because of course it took you an hour to get home. So it's almost 1 o'clock by the time you got the game. Then you got to load, wait for it to download. And then, oh man, you could have pre-downloaded it and been playing since 5 minutes after midnight. I was like, yeah, never again. Never again.
Well, see, my biggest thing was I think it was Halo 3 came out. Yeah, it was Halo 3. And there's a GameStop literally like a mile from my house. That's it. And it's still there. So I didn't have far to drive. But for whatever reason, I know this sounds really bad. I had my Camaro, had the top down, and it felt really nice outside that night. Some dude in a Mustang wanted to race. We decided to race, and I threw a rod through my engine.
No.
Oh man.
And luckily, I was near my house, so I managed to get the car back home.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And I had just bought this car like 4 months earlier, so I really hadn't checked it out much.
Ooh.
So I probably should have kept my foot out of the gas pedal at first.
Get some more
But-
miles in. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good while it lasted. You know, $5,800 later, had the engine rebuilt, but you know, it was what it was.
Oh.
Nice.
As long as you had fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah, did you have fun?
Oh yeah. I had fun,
That's the important thing.
but I used to love going there just to hand out other people's gamer tags. You know, because you'd be standing in line talking to everybody. Hey
Oh,
man,
yeah.
let me get your gamer tag. We'll hook up. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I
right.
give out other people's gamer tags. I never give out mine. So, and I get people
Yeah.
going, "Hey man, who the hell is this guy? He keeps adding me on Xbox and messaging me." I don't know, man. I have no idea. I used to do that to my wife's brother-in-law all the time. I give out his gamer tag. Yeah, hit me up. It's Wolf 2880. And we'd be talking a few days later. Go, man, I had a bunch of people kept sending me messages on Xbox. Talking about they met me at the midnight release. I didn't go to the midnight release. That's weird, dude. I don't know how the hell that happened.
Weird.
But yeah, we used to do that shit all the time. And then we would get we'd get posters, the stand-up things,
Oh yeah.
all
Oh,
kinds
yeah.
of shit.
Get the
'Cause my
midnight
buddy-
release swag. Yeah.
Yep, my buddy Eric was the manager, so we'd always get to pick whatever we wanted.
Yeah, I had a friend who was a manager at GameStop that I known all through college, so we used to get the hookups.
Hell, the last one I went to, they actually had food trucks in the parking lot.
Damn.
Yeah. And that was for
No, the-
Call of Duty, I think Modern Warfare,
Mhm.
one of them. And they actually had food
2019.
trucks.
the
They
last
had
one we
food
had-
trucks in the parking lot. They had a bus. They had gaming consoles all set up on a LAN. So yeah,
The
Land
last
They were
one we
ready.
had was had cops in it.
Hmm.
you're what?
We had cops. We had cops there
Why'd
In
you
the
have
Well, yeah,
cops?
you're.
because
Oh.
people were stealing shit.
Well, I mean, you are in Florida, Drew.
It's
Yeah.
Florida. I mean,
Yep.
come on.
But
Cops
now
were there,
I'm also. I can't pick on you too much because
I know
there
you
was a
can't share
world.
Myrtle Beach.
There was a case here that made world news when the PS3s came out. It made national headlines all across the country. There was when the PS3s came out on a midnight release at a GameStop, the one near my house, a dude grabbed his PS3 and was walking out to his car and got attacked by 4 guys with baseball bats. They beat him, took his PS3, and they lived at the college, UNCW. And when the police showed up, he went to the door with the controller in his hand. They couldn't really see what he had in his hand, and they shot and killed him through the door. And that
Well,
made
damn.
national news.
Moral of the
Oh,
story: don't be stealing people's PlayStations.
Well, it kind of divided my whole city there for a while because this was one of those little rich fucking kids, you know, that his dad was like an attorney or some shit.
The one
the
that
little
got beat
shit-
up.
No, the one that did the stealing and got shot.
Oh, uh-huh.
He was this little rich kid. I guess he just didn't get his way. He couldn't get the PS3 when he wanted one. So on his Facebook page, because Facebook was the only thing you had back then, pretty much. He was posing in photos on Facebook and MySpace with weapons. He had pictures of him carrying a pistol. all this other crazy shit.
Huh.
And the police looked him up online before they went to his house. So I guess the police were a little bit paranoid. And when he came to the door, they could see through the window he had something in his hand. And it was the university police that did the shooting. It wasn't the city police. And when he came to the door and had that controller, the university cop shot him right through the glass and killed him.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
well.
then the dad tried to sue the city, and the city's like, what the fuck, dude? We had nothing to do with this shit. And then people were saying, well, maybe if your kid wasn't beating people up with baseball bats in the middle of the night, this wouldn't have happened. So
not wrong.
I mean, they put that poor kid in the hospital. He was on fucking life support.
Yeah,
They
there's
didn't know
a,
if he was
there's a
actually
lot
going to
of
live.
PS4 jackings. There's a lot of PS5 jackings.
Definitely a lot of PS5. I remember that.
And
For
I
a year
mean,
especially.
That's about the best thing that you can do with a GameStop now, and a lot of people are moving to Best Buy or Walmart is to
Screw
get
Best
a
Buy.
physical to get a physical console. Yes, I know, Bomber. That's a touchy subject. I apologize for bringing them up, but yeah, like when I got my Xbox Day One edition, the X,
Right?
no, I mean the Xbox One. I mean,
A Scorpio.
if you got
The
Did you
Scorpio.
get a Scorpio?
Scorpio.
Oh,
Scorpio or the Xbox
Lord
or the
have
regular Xbox One first.
no the
Wait.
one.
Oh, okay, the one. Okay.
From 2013,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
TV, that one.
Yeah.
Back then, it was so hard to go online and to order one because everybody sites was shut down. So the best way to do it was to physically go to your GameStop and order one. When the showcase was over with, they're like, you can order one now, and you could call a GameStop and it's like, hey man, y'all got any pre-orders for Xbox? They tell you no.
You need
And
a
then you
deposit.
walk in there.
You need a deposit.
You walk in there and it's like, oh yeah, we got them.
Oh,
It was a crazy situation, but that's all they're good for now is to pre-order physical stuff. Nothing else.
Yeah, I haven't been inside of a GameStop in probably 2-3 years, 2.5 years.
Because why would you go there to pre-order a digital code? Because that's the most
I
what they do now. Digital
I still-
codes.
I still got to go to GameStop. I got 3 $5 gift cards from going to one of the conventions. Every day I showed up at like Verizon and just checked in and got a card, and I was like, oh, cool. So
Now my daughter did go to GameStop a few months ago to get my grandson a couple of games for his Nintendo his little Switch Lite that I gave him, and
Mhm.
she took my card. I still had the card, right? Whatever the VIP card or
Yeah,
whatever
the
it's called.
preferred card or whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the dude tried to automatically renew my card
of course.
without telling her, and it was like $80. And my
Like
daughter's
what?
like, I don't think my dad wants to renew the card. We didn't know it was expired. And he goes, well, it's expired and he can't use it. She goes, he's not going to use it. I guarantee you
Oh,
he's
they
not going
push
to use
hard
it.
for that stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's
They
part of their
always
commission
became
and stuff. Yeah.
they actually have to do that.
Yeah.
If you know anybody that manages the stores, they force it on them. And they are almost like damn car salesmen from hell. But
I
yeah,
think they're
the guy
almost worse.
got ill with her because she didn't want to pay to renew that damn card. He goes, well, I can give you 10% off. She goes, well, that's hardly worth it if you're going to charge me $80 to renew that fucking card.
It's $80 now. Jesus Christ.
That's what they were telling her. That's what
What
she told
happened
me.
to
anyway.
it used to be like $15.
Well, yeah, if he does it for a whole year, though.
Yeah. So
80 seems
all
extreme.
that
because
back
she
pay.
texts me, she goes, do you want to do this? And I'm like, no. I was like,
You
why would I
sure?
want to do it? I didn't even know you had the damn card. But yeah, I mean, they got to make money some way, because the last time I was in there wasn't much gaming stuff. It was all weird shit.
It's
They were
always
selling like
yeah.
t-shirts
anime
and
T-shirts and
I think they had
hats
fucking
and-
male
Funko
diapers and
Pops.
shit. Yeah, they had some pops and they had some used games and stuff like that. But I mean, as far as gaming wise, you can get better shit at Best Buy.
If there's something you have your eye on and you can make use of the local used economy, you can come out pretty far ahead at GameStop. Like I got my VR2 probably $350 less than retail just from trading in shit that I
Yeah.
bought for cheaper at on
Yeah,
Facebook.
that's what I'm saying. Physical is about the
But
best
yeah,
thing.
but other than
do.
that, like I was gonna
Learn is ways
pre-order
fun.
my the Spider-Man thing there locally, and I called. They're like, "No, you have to come in and make a deposit." I'm like, "Well, fuck that! I'll just order it online then."
Yep.
And like a minute ago, Bunty was talking about PlayStation charged him twice for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The last thing I bought from GameStop was my Doom, and I bought whatever the grand edition was with the helmet and all that stuff. You guys have
Mhm.
all seen it. I used to wear it on the podcast all the time. I bought the Doom, the big collector's edition with the helmet and statues, all that shit. And then all of a sudden, my order disappeared. I got an email told me it had been canceled. So I was like, well, damn, why'd they cancel it? So I called and talked to the lady. She was the assistant manager. My buddy Eric, that was the head guy there, was in Las Vegas at the time for a convention. And she told me that she would renew the order. And I said, okay, that's only for one. I said, don't fuck up and send me two of them. What did she do? She fucked up. They wound up sending me two. So they
Jeez.
charged me for two of those collector's editions.
Damn.
So when my son came up from Florida, guess what he got to take home with him? He got to take home a free collector's edition for Doom. And then Gears 5, when it released, my wife wanted the console and the headset. We had all of it pre-ordered. We had paid for it. And this same lady, the assistant manager, sent the wrong fucking headset.
So I
And
feel like
still
this the manager sucks.
Charged us for it. Oh, she did, dude. She was
Sounds
terrible.
like a scam to me.
She was terrible. She sent a cheaper headset. And that damn headset, the Gears 5 headset, I think that thing was like $200 by itself. She sent me a fucking regular old Microsoft wired headset.
Oh yeah, that's when you know
And
it's good.
and then we took the fucking receipt up there like, bitch, this ain't how this is gonna work. So that was the end of going there for anything at that point.
I wonder how many times they like do that, and the person just doesn't bother coming back for it.
Oh,
Probably
well,
enough
you
that
know-
they do it right. Enough
Lots
times.
of
they
Well,
do
times.
it.
I mean, think about it. A $50 headset versus a $200 some headset. Most people would take it back. But dude, I'm not trying to be mean. This girl didn't care. Every time you walked in, she was on the phone with somebody. You know, she was never doing her job anyway. She was always talking to somebody on her personal phone. So I was like, whatever, but this just ain't gonna fly. We want the headset we ordered, or we want a refund. And of course, by that time, you couldn't get them because they'd all sold out. So
Rest in peace. GameStop.
the whole Doom thing ruined it for me. After that, I have not been back to a GameStop. I was like, yep, I'm not going back ever. Ever.
Make sure you get your stocks.
Yeah,
Buy low. It's really low.
it's really low now.
You can be a millionaire by tomorrow.
No. I'll lie to the
What the
people, man.
hell?
No lying to the people.
This is not financial advice.
This is not.
Yeah.
And, this is not
This is all
sound
opinion.
financial advice, at least.
Yes.
I don't know. It's better than something I've seen on social media. But is there anything else we've not talked about?
The hilarious
Business.
differences between the PS5 / Series X versions of Mortal Kombat 1 compared to the Switch.
Oh, now that was hilarious.
Oh, God.
Those switch
Well,
pictures
I
are
mean,
solid,
dude.
horrible. So what do you
The
expect?
Switch.
But
It costs the same, dude.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
the
I was going to
same.
say you are paying for, you know, how they always kept saying, "Oh, you're paying for all the new advancements and upgrades and stuff." For what?
Well,
That game
Well,
should
you're
be
paying-
$20.
You're paying for the Switch's cartridge.
I'm gonna
That
say it
alone is
this way.
$60.
I'm gonna say it this way. If you know what Mortal Kombat's supposed to look like on all these consoles, and you buy it on a Switch, that's on you.
I mean, that's also true, but also the fact that they
I mean-
still sell it for $70 is
Do you-
still that's like
Do you,
asinine.
I mean,
You
how
said-
did you expect it to look on outdated hardware?
do you still have to type in the blood code?
For Switch, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either.
And their eyes stay open the whole time, so I doubt there's any blood that shows up.
But dude, I saw a few clips. It looks so bad.
Oh, it looked bad. It was.
Which brings back the conversation we had a while ago about Microsoft putting Call of Duty on Switch.
Yeah, it looked.
Wait
so
till you
bad.
see.
It's
Wait till
gonna
you
be
see
the
that.
mobile edition. I think
Oh,
it's going to be
God.
the mobile version.
I
that
would
they
hope it'd
already
be the
have.
mobile version.
And I think that would be the easiest way to do it. Why would
Let's
we
hope.
even waste the time
And
trying
then
to
they turn
make a real
crossplay
version
on.
on
So
it?
you get
Then
stuck
they
with,
turned off. Yeah.
you get stuck with 5 guys who are playing on Switches.
I can only imagine.
And hope one of them doesn't send you a friend code. Because then you
You're
got
my
to back
friend.
all the way out of the game, enter the code into your phone, do like a rain dance on your computer, and then hopefully you can actually accept it. So, but yeah, dude, that was terrible looking. It's just unbelievably bad. But like I said, if you bought it on Switch, you knew what you're going to get. I mean, you didn't think it's going to look like.
I'm still
Other
mad.
versions.
It was even in the chat too. You know, everybody's saying Megan Fox, her acting was horrible, which it is. The one they're talking about, they're going to make a Johnny Cage version that looks like Jean-Claude Van Damme, and it
Oh,
doesn't
he
look
looks
anything like him.
awful.
I'm
Looks
like,
so
come
bad.
on, y'all didn't even spend the money to do mocap.
They got his
Like y'all
voice,
did a-
though. They got his
Yeah, y'all
voice,
did a
though.
face creator off of
And yeah,
Starfield or
And it's
something,
like
Off of Starfield.
and I was like,
that's
this dude don't look.
I actually look
nothing
more
like
like the face
him.
creator on Redfall.
Yeah, there. I'll give you that.
Well, it's
That's
about the
just
same,
why.
ain't it?
You have the money, but when it's time to get all these people, oh, you could play as such and such, then you want to cheap it out, but then you want to charge money to get the character.
Look,
It's
Yeah.
like, wow.
I still get mad at fighting games anyway, especially like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat that sit here and they charge me for every damn character that they ever have brought out in the old games. I'm like, come
Didn't
on,
Street
guys.
Fighter 6 have like a TMNT crossover where the skins for the 4
Oh, yeah,
turtles
they're like
cost
$25.
cost
Yeah.
more than the entire game?
Yeah, it's like $25
Mortal
a
Kombat
turtle.
has them too. Yeah,
Oh
they
my
have them in
God.
there. You have to pay
I'm
for
just
them.
kind of glad I don't get down with fighting games. It's just like, no, it's just not for me. I'm old and slow and terrible at them, so it's just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm a professional button
Drummer.
masher.
Oh yeah, Super
When it comes
Smash
to fighting
Bros.
games.
Melee.
Oh yeah, you get mad
Yeah.
at me, especially playing like
That's all you hear is
Killer Instinct. You
Smash,
just
smash,
hear
smash,
you,
smash.
you hear all my buttons going. I'm like, I'm thinking I'm doing something.
I pressed 7 of them at the same time. Well, that's not working.
Pull off some 12-hit combo and have no idea how you did it.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
can't replicate it ever. You you do a video shot of it. Like, yes,
That doesn't
baby, look how
that
awesome
doesn't
I am.
matter. He got an achievement for it. That's all.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
See, that's my problem. I don't care to learn all the combos anymore.
Oh hell no, dude! There's so many different combos anyway. It's insane.
When
It's
I was younger, that shit came out on Sega originally.
You
I
have
was
to write
all
in
about
the
learning those
notebook.
combos.
I
Oh
learned
yeah,
all of them. Hell yeah.
oh yeah. We all had a notebook we wrote that shit down on.
Yep.
Were there even
And-
combos? I know the finishers had button presses, but were there like
Oh, yeah,
combos?
you had to
they
learn- you had to learn
combos
all
and
of it.
everything.
No way.
But back then, there was no like mode where you can go and practice on it.
That's
Right.
You basically had to learn the buttons, or somebody told you how to do the combo, and you had to
Play
write it
two-player
down. so
mode.
or you play
Yeah.
2-player mode and put the
Yeah,
controller
just
down.
whip the other guy's ass.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Over
would
there.
do. That's it. That's what we had to do, and I was all into it back then. But now it's just not my
I-
thing, dude.
I had a
don't care
buddy
to learn.
who bought 2 of those. You remember the Genesis pads that had the 6 buttons on the faces?
Oh hell
Yep.
yeah!
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had a buddy of mine was so serious he bought 2 of those so we could fight equally. Because the Genesis pads,
They're
let's
amazing.
be real, those are trash.
Amazing.
Those buttons were like clunk, clunk, clunk.
Well, the
They're
Genesis
suck.
didn't really have. I mean, I was a Genesis person, but
Those controllers
the
were
controllers are
terrible.
not great.
They're awful. So bad.
Which, speaking of controllers, I will have to say one thing about Stadia that was positive.
They have a decent controller.
Those controllers, dude, they're built.
They're pretty good. I had a couple of
Because
them. during
Definitely not made by
its,
Microsoft, right?
During its reign.
My
No, they were-
grandson is my little player too, and when he
Mhm.
plays one of those controllers, because it doesn't connect to anything, when he carries one of those around the house and just throws it,
and he rage
and it
quits.
hits my hardwood floor, dude, they've never lost a button, they've never lost a stick,
Hell yeah.
they don't even scuff. Those
Garrett.
controllers are tough.
They were built
Guarantee
well.
you give that to
like-
Xbox, that thing
Yeah,
would
I
have
mean-
stick drift in a minute.
Right?
But
Yeah,
now, then
I-
again, too, those controllers weren't exactly cheap either.
No, they weren't.
No.
Well, I mean,
Which kills me though with Microsoft. In my whole lifetime, I've had of course the controllers that come with your console. I bought third party. I bought extra Xbox controllers. The only ones I have ever had a problem with is like my first Elite V2 controller. My
the
right
most
button
expensive
stuck.
controller.
Yeah, the most expensive one is the one that had problems. Now my Master Chief one, knock on wood, I don't have any problems with it. I'm probably
Do
going
you
to
play
get.
with it?
Yeah, I use it every day.
Okay,
Yeah,
so so you
that's
do
what's
use
sitting
it.
beside me right now.
The
Yeah, I
thing
use
with
that
the
one every
Stadia
day.
controller though is it felt nice, but did anyone use one long enough to know if it was gonna stick drift?
That's
No,
a good-
not
yeah,
really.
You didn't have enough time.
That's the
you're right.
catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right on that one.
Well, I thought of that just now.
Don't forget.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Write
very
that
much.
down.
Here all
Don't
week.
forget. You can
He'll be
also
here all week.
I'll be
you can
here.
also download the mod for it that Stadia released, so you can play it without Stadia.
Wait, what?
It's a yeah.
I'm so confused.
I wonder
Play
how many
Stadia
people
without
like
Stadia?
have those controllers.
Yes,
No,
when
play
Stadia
Xbox
shut
Are you
with
talking
down,
your
like use
Stadia
it for
controller.
Xbox
when
or
Stadia
something?
shut down, you
Yeah.
can you can actually they update it so you can update the firmware and you can play.
Oh,
it with
use it for
whatever.
on PC or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, it's a freaking Xbox.
I got 4 of them.
controller, is.
I got
Stadia
4 of them.
controllers?
So you can still find
Yeah.
out if there's stick drift or
They
not.
could-
Yeah,
that's
do
right.
you have like the one with your name stitched on or engraved?
No,
on it
no,
if
no,
you were
no.
a founder
I have
of it?
one.
Well, yeah, I was
I
a
have
founder, but
Didn't-
I
didn't get
had
there.
2. I had 2 of the kits. One that I would
Oh, you
use,
had
and my
2.
wife would use
Wow.
the other one. So
I got one. No. What I did is I had a buddy code for like 3 months or whatever, and then like 4 or 5 months down the line, they're like, "We'll give you one if you sign up in time."
Oh
because
yeah,
you have a
they were
Google
giving
account,
some
and I
away.
got in on that. So I was like, "Fuck, I'll take it just for the
now you can
Google
play Stadia
Chromecast
with your
Ultra."
now you
Gotta
can
get
play it
hooked
with
up
your
to it.
Google Glass
Oh my god!
while you're browsing on Google Chrome. Or Google
Has
Plus,
anybody
I mean.
seen the list of canceled Google projects?
Oh, dude.
It's
No,
like
it's
about
huge.
like 7 pages long.
It's
Oh, yeah,
ridiculous.
it's
Just
huge.
the one that that's just the one that was released.
Yeah, yeah. That's just the one they wanted you to see.
Imagine the shit
That's
they
it.
can on a daily basis.
No joke.
I can
Yeah.
imagine.
Man, oh, man.
Matter of fact, Luna is on its. I think they've already
Oh
canceled
my
that.
god!
too,
Is
for
that
Amazon.
Dude,
still going?
I can't believe that's still running.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's still going.
It's still going.
Oh,
They
is
just
it?
canceled some of the studios or stuff.
Can I
that
get
they
it
were
up here
using.
yet? Just out of
Probably not.
curiosity. No, that's probably US only.
Well, that's
They
the one that
can't
charged you for every little thing too. Was Luna?
For you to buy a game that you already had on 3 other systems, we're going to charge you again to buy it on ours full price.
so
But it's like
That's the
streaming.
thing,
Well, I
like-
mean, they were trying to do it the way they did Amazon, the movie app. You know how the movie app's turned into nothing but a subscription service, trying to sell
Mhm.
you subscriptions to different channels.
oh, Amazon.
never
Prime.
heard
Yeah,
of it.
yeah. There's
Amazon
you just
Prime.
go in there and you see all the shit. That's like, oh, I should watch that. No, you need Paramount Plus. No.
Oh no,
fucking
no,
not.
dude, it's
even
some
HBO
weird
Max.
shit.
And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, Stars Plus. No, I'm not signing up for that either. How
You
about for
need to watch this show. You
Oh, I
need
know,
to,
yeah,
to
yeah.
download this,
Same
or
up here.
this. And it's like, no.
No.
And then the
Yeah, I want to watch
movies,
that movie X and on Prime, and they were like, "Oh yeah, but you got to have this to download it to be able to watch it, or you can buy it for $20-something."
yep.
And then I'm like, turn on my VPN and Opera. Arr, give me the run, boys. Let's go. I'll get this
That's
movie
it.
I'll get this movie one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, it's Luna was kind of the same process, and it's on its way out because I know they emailed me. I don't even know how many times, dude. We'll give you a free controller. That's great. I'm not going to use it. So,
I just hate that it didn't work out with Google because it was showing you how cloud can work. Because Microsoft, even now, unless you have like the top tier, god tier internet,
It still
the
sucks.
lag is horrible. You got to be playing like some little random type game. Like I've sat there and played something simple like what's the name of it?
Starfield.
Vampire Survivors on cloud. And when you play it, you're like, yeah, this ain't it. It was like you got lag on a game like this that doesn't have that much compute power, but because it's on the cloud, it's just the lag is just so strong. It's not there. It's a convenience to have, but it's not ready. And I think it's years
not even
away.
close.
Kind of
Not
like
until the
cars driving
infrastructure's
themselves.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until the portal comes out, and then that'll be all fixed.
Oh shit.
Well, the
Yeah,
problem
right.
is the government does not want to get our internet infrastructure away because all the cable companies, fiber, all of those who do it, they're like, we want to charge as much as we can by giving you the least amount possible. That's the only reason why we don't have internet as good as Japan, because AT&T or Comcast or whatever have to start dropping lines.
We're kind of the same as you
ground.
guys. Like all of our comms, they're like hard, they're like wires, right? They're like telephone poles, and it's all hardware. But like over in Europe, where you can go over, like my sister-in-law was in Denmark like 5 years ago, and she had a data plan on her phone, and it was like $20, and she had like 150 gigs worth of data. Because
it's all run by government, yeah.
And they don't have that archaic physical infrastructure, and they don't have the companies that fucking care to keep it a monopoly to do that. So like we're here.
See, the catch is our government gets paid,
of course,
by their lobbyists to keep it that way.
Right.
And even now, like I have to talk to my ISP probably in February when my annual promo's over, and they'll probably still try to sell me a landline.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
like, I don't want a fucking phone.
Oh, and speaking of, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out in the open, because I was telling the guys about this the other day. If you have a cell phone, which everybody does, if you have Verizon, check your bill.
Shoot, that's anybody.
I was noticing the other day, because most people, I'm guilty. Everything I have is on auto pay. I don't look at anything.
Ooh, no,
Not gonna lie, because I've just got way too much shit to deal with. I don't, all my bills are on auto pay. But I was curious. I got an email from Verizon Wireless that said, due to unseen circumstances, your bill is going to go up next month for your Disney Plus subscription. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't have Disney Plus at all.
You love Disney. How many times?
Yeah, and everybody is.
We all know you love Disney.
I've been watching Commando on Disney. I've been watching Commando.
I despise Disney.
You love
Disney. Always Mermaid live action 7 times.
But the funny part is that made me click on the link to go into my account to check my bill. Not only was I being charged $18.99 per month for Disney Plus that I wasn't aware I even had, they also added this other thing into my bill for, I think it's like $40-some per month for electronic insurance. And I was like, what the fuck is electronics insurance? Because in my bill, it also stated that I have insurance on all the phones on my plan. And that was like $100 and some.
Yeah, it adds up
by itself. Well, we've got multiple lines, but that was entirely separate. So the way Verizon fucks you on this is the wording. I took reading their definition in your bill is not going to help you much.
No.
So I called support. I wanted to hear this from a human. And I asked the dude, I'm like, what is this shit? Oh, sir, that's in case one of your electronics in your home breaks. We'll come out and we'll replace and repair it. I'm like, what electronics?
TVs.
If anything in your house, he goes, your computers, your gaming consoles, anything you may have in your home. I'm like, who asked for this? Oh, well, sir, apparently you did. I'm like, no, I did not. I'm like, you are not going to charge me. I'm like, dude, I already have homeowners insurance. What the fuck do I need your shit for?
They got you, Wilmy, when you got your new phone. What they do is they put a lot of that stuff on trial. You get that free for 1 month, but we will start charging your phone.
But the worst thing is the rep will just add it to your thing without you knowing.
Well, and the funny part,
they're like, motherfucker, you just bought this fold phone. You pay for this too.
Yeah,
my daughter.
That's 100% what it is.
I was talking to my daughter about it because she had an issue with her phone and she went into Verizon,
Sorry for swearing.
and I told them
What?
that she could that I gave her permission to talk to the rep about her phone line.
Yeah.
So evidently, at some point, the rep in the local store pitched this to my daughter. My daughter's like, I don't think so. He evidently heard, yeah, go for it. And this got added to my
Go for it.
account. And I told the dude, I'm like, why would I even want this shit? I'm like, you're telling me if my Sonos sound system breaks, you're going to come out and you're going to give me $5,000 for a new one?
No, they're gonna
Well,
they do have stipulations.
and I was like, okay. I was like, with all the gaming consoles, PCs, laptops, and tablets and everything I have in my house, I'm like, what's your because I wanted to be a smart ass to the guy. And because I was getting revenge for my day. So I told him, I said, how much shit can I break and you send me a check for? I'm like, cause homie, I got a couple of laptops I can slam them in the middle of the floor right now. I said, I got a brand new one that's never even been used.
Yeah, there's
I
one
said,
right
I
now that I got a realtor that keeps bugging me, so I'm fixing to smash this.
I said, I paid $2,000 for this bitch. I said, I still got the receipts. I'm like, if I bust this, you just automatically send me a check if I send you pictures of it? Well, no. Then what good's your insurance?
Does my red dot on my pistol count for an electronic?
But yeah, and they had add that shit into my damn bill. So needless to say, that came off, and so did my Disney Plus that I didn't even ask for. But and also, if you guys notice some of these TV commercials, going back to what you guys were saying a minute ago, all these major carriers here where we all live have separate businesses, but they're owned by them. And they charge the same exact amount of money as the main company does. Like T-Mobile owns this other company called Metro. Yeah, they own Metro.
They own Mint now also.
Well,
yeah, they just bought Mint last year.
And it's the same fucking bill.
It's
but they I don't
air quotes.
It's so weird to me, dude. And Verizon owns several that way too. I think they own Boost or one of the other ones, and it's all Verizon.
Yeah, Boost was Sprint,
and AT&T has the one at Walmart.
AT&T owns Cricket.
Yeah, Cricket Wireless. Yeah.
Yep. And they do that because
they get to keep the monopoly.
Can't be yes, they won't be a monopoly. Yeah,
it's not necessarily that. I mean, because if you think about it, like AT&T, they have their own prepaid service. They have all that stuff. What they do is for the general consumer, they don't know that that's not, it's not them. You know what I mean? Like the general consumer's like, oh, this is a different company. Can't believe AT&T can't have cheap bills like this. But then AT&T's like, haha, bitches.
Yeah. We got the folks who want to buy the $1,200 phone and have the max bill, and then we can get the folks who want the prepaid phone for $20 a month with no internet access. But yeah,
it's weird to me how that works.
Because AT&T has like that first responder plan, which is great if all you want to do is make phone calls and text messages, because it's on a whole nother tower system where if there's a emergency, God forbid, or say you're in a stadium and everybody's on that same line, your phone, text messages, and calls will work perfectly. But then the internet is like a third of what everybody else gets. And it's like, okay, what's the point?
Translation.
It's we get screwed so bad with some of the stuff. It's not even funny.
Well, it's because you don't have a choice. That's the sad thing in a lot of cases, especially mobile carriers.
And data doesn't cost these companies anything.
Oh God, no.
It all runs that same tower.
Well, especially
they just charge more for it. Yeah.
Like,
but that was my complaint.
Do you guys remember when we had to pay for per text?
Oh, dude, absolutely. I remember customers.
My car phone.
I worked for AT&T.
Car phone. Holy la-dee-da.
So
I was big time in high school. My car phone was $30 a month. Huh?
Do you have a Nissan?
No.
Did you say $300 a month?
Dude,
it was $30 a month for 30 minutes. $30 a month for 30 minutes. And if you didn't use a minute a day, you lost a minute. So you at least
Get
make one call a
$20
day.
month.
Hey,
Yeah. Hey, I'm leaving football practice. I'm on the way home.
dude. Speaking of those first, remember the bag phones you put in
Oh,
your car?
bag
Yeah,
phones.
that's what I
Oh,
had,
yeah.
a bag phone.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, you couldn't tell me shit. I
I
had
a
one in
bag
my
phone
brand
and a
new.
pager. That was $8
I had
a month.
one. I had one in my new 300Z,
Yep, I knew it was
And-
Nissan.
Oh, yeah.
Nissans, I remember they
and
like the 240.
I was sitting back going, yeah, you can use my phone. Go ahead. We'd all be hanging out.
That's right. Your
My
Bill.
first fucking bill, dude. My first bill, I opened it up, and I was like, "How the fuck did that thing get to $2,000?"
Yep.
Yeah.
And I mean, you had to go pay it.
Not really, because half of them companies went under, so it just affected your credit.
No,
for a
at the
little
time,
bit.
well,
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. I
It
was
was like
active duty.
$84 a minute or something.
Dude,
yeah.
it was crazy. It's like a $2 and something a minute, I think.
Oh yeah.
Or
It was
I
$1.50.
remember when I
$1.50.
was in college, me and
Call.
all my buddies, we all bought Nextel phones so we
course,
could
for
do the
chirp, chirp.
walkie-talkie because that was free.
Ooh, that was
You chirped
cool.
each other, that was free. And then all incoming calls were free. So what I would do is say I'm calling Bomber pick up, and I just hang up in his face.
Yep.
So when he calls me back, he's paying for
I'm
it,
paying
but I
for it.
wasn't paying
He's-
for
yep.
it. Yeah. That's what I used to
Dude,
do.
smart. Dude,
That's why
people
you
did
use
it all the time.
walkie-talkies.
Yep.
Mhm.
And you
But-
pay for ringtones. Oh my!
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I had
ringtones, answer
ringtones.
tones.
Had music playing in the background. Hey, what's going
Yeah.
on? baby?
Dime.
I'm not
Jeremy.
home. I'm not home right now.
Oh, and now
Leave a message.
Verizon's got a new thing. Speaking of paying for weird shit, when somebody calls you, you can actually pay. They have a plan. I think it's like $4 a month. You can have show up on the person you're calling, whatever information you want to show up on their screen. Like if I want to put my name down as HR Bomber and my phone number, that's what will show up on somebody else's screen when I call them.
Well, you know what's funny? When I worked at AT&T, that was a free feature, but nobody would tell anybody because all it was is in the profile of the customer's account. All you had to do is go to the number and change the profile name, and you can name it whatever you want, and that's what the caller ID came up as. And that's what I always thought was hilarious because that was free, but then all this stuff comes out that you have to pay for or whatever. It's just it's
I'm
funny.
pretty sure when I call most people, it comes up as that asshole in Wilmington.
Text
we
me,
did-
and I'll tell you.
We did something similar like that like 20 years ago. We'd go online and you could pay for a service, and what they would do is they had like a pre-scripted thing, but you would put somebody else's number in there. So we did that to my friend, my coworker,
And what type of
while
service
we were
is this?
working one of those Saturdays, and we put my
1-900.
boss's number there, and so my boss theoretically called him, chewing him out about this and that, about kicking his dog and yelling at his daughter, and my buddy's calling him back. He's like, "What are you talking about, man? He's like, I didn't call you. Yeah, you did. You called me because of this, and this." And they were like going at it, yelling at each other. And it was like the funniest thing because we literally put his name and number in there, and that's what popped up on the phone. It literally looked like you look at his call history, it came from my boss.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah, we almost got him fired.
And on that note, that was our little trip for nostalgia. My complaint. And on that note, we are going to get out of here. Bomber,
Yo,
everybody, where they can find you, sir.
you can find me everywhere that you could possibly type in HR Bomber. That's where you can find me. If you can't find me, then that's a you problem, not a me problem. So, but everybody enjoy your gaming. There's plenty of it to be had. So
Goodness, there
Don't-
is.
yeah, don't get into all the bullshit of the buildings and the Starfields and the whatever else there could be.
But
You
if
just
you
avoid
want
Sarah.
to, you can just look at it and laugh because it's very funny. Some
Well,
of it is
I mean,
very
Some
funny.
of, it,
I mean, yes.
some of it is. It just gets annoying after a while.
Oh,
So,
It just that's my thing. It's just it gets so annoying. So it's just like,
Some of it's just like, oh my god, go outside.
yes, it's like go outside and play something or play with yourself because that's probably what you need is a release of some sort.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, if you
November
insist.
ended last.
Fun then.
All right, Dread.
Yeah, so you can find me at Dreadpool. The O's are zeros. Some places the zeros are zeros. The O's are O's. Yada, yada, yada. Thanks. Just look at the picture. You know where to find me.
Beautiful.
See,
All
that's
right.
right. That's right. You start telling people to just look at shit.
All right, Scrub.
On the audio podcast, look at this.
Yeah, just look at me.
Yeah,
Would you just
Scrub.
look at it? Yeah.
Would you
can
look at
find
that?
me- Yeah, I love them. I love those skits. You can find me Scrub Nurse with number 3 behind it on Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it. Twitter. That's what it's going to be. Twitter. You twats.
Water.
And then you
Twats.
can also you can find me on Twitch at scrub_nurse. And maybe I might be streaming something soon with some Call of Duty. I'm liking that new mode, so it'd be cool. Shout out to everybody who came and hung out with us tonight. And for the replay gang, thanks for hanging with us. See you guys next week.
All right, Biniac.
All right. Not a bad show. Shout out to nobody in chat who decided to click on the link to come on in and give their opinions with the free invite. Like, Jesus, boys, come on.
I was waiting for somebody to be.
Yeah, like no.
At least
anyone-
say,
Did
"Y'all
anyone even
suck
come in?
ass."
Did anyone come in?
No.
Did you? No. Holy.
No, nobody jumped in.
Get in on this. Let's go. You can find me here. Yeah, Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern. You can find me. Well, not Peniac Giant, but my American account is very invested
American.
in Baldur's Gate 3, and my
In other words,
account
his
is-
Southern Canadian account.
my American account is just very cleverly named a Giant of Peniac in case you think I'm full of shit and I'm not playing the game. So go check it out.
I mean, you're still full of shit though.
I
I
know,
mean,
I
that's
know.
true.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
we all
you
are.
you really are.
We all are. Let's
But I
be
mean, it's okay. It's okay.
That's okay.
We
Right.
all are to a degree. I mean,
Till then,
I mean,
but yeah,
yeah.
Spider-Man's coming in almost a little over than a month.
That
There you go.
is.
And on that note, you can find me on Twitter. Look for Wilmy Hood number 2.
Water. That's a new.
You can find me here every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern with all these guys. Next week, we will have Nick with us. He hasn't been here in a while. And Eric will be our guest. Because Nick just wrote an entertaining article that I found quite funny about Embracer. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that next week.
What are we gonna do?
And you can find us here at 7 p.m. This is the week of my procedure. So if something happens, I will put out something. So, nobody's waiting next Sunday night. I'll let everybody know. And the guys will too. So, because they'll be the first to know.
And shame on all of you who had the link to come in tonight to talk, and nobody did.
I know, right?
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Have a look in the
and-
mirror. Check yourself. Come on
And
in.
of course, you can
We don't
find me on
fight.
Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. Just look for Wilmy Hood. And on that note, everybody play some games. Don't pay attention to the haters. Play what you enjoy. Play what you want. That's a video game. Yourself. We don't care. We're not here to judge.
Laugh at the
Honor
troll.
plays with himself all the time on camera. So,
That's right.
we're kind of used to that shit.
True that.
It's sick, but I mean,
I mean,
Yeah.
hey. At least
He's
it's a
a
short
happy-
video.
It's just on camera.
At least it's
It
just short
can't-
video. You know?
yeah, it keeps him happy. So, you know what I mean? We just didn't know you could do shit like that with a pair of tweezers, but I mean,
I know, right? I mean, it's
Ooh.
crazy what you can do.
tweezers and KY jelly. I mean, who would have thought, right? I've seen people drill holes in watermelons, grapefruit, but never a peanut. That's just weird. All right. And on that note, everybody have a great weekend. We will see you next week. We're out.